now, 1 minute, we'll get started. You too. You don't leave the plate? Sound like ready. You don't leave the plate? That's all right, get up, get up. You gonna pray for us too? You want me to pray? Or you want me to like offering a prayer tonight?
Just go ahead and do the blessing.
Just want to do the prayer.
Yes, sir.
Do it all right.
Attention.
Good, we're on track. Okay, making sure. Good evening, all. Glad to see a room full here tonight. If you would, we begin every one of our board meetings with a prayer and pledge. And this evening, I'm going to ask Mark Baker, Esquire, to lead us in prayer. Let's pray.
Father God, we thank you so much for this day, Father. We thank you for all of our blessings, Father. Thank you for sending your son Jesus to save us from us, Father. Thank you for this Easter weekend and such a blessing that brought us, Father. Father, I pray for these men and women here that are here tonight, Father. I pray that your hand be on them. I pray for these leaders who make decisions. I pray that they will be guided by you, Father. Father, I pray for our servicemen and women around the world. I just pray that you bring them safe. I pray all these things in Jesus' name.
Lord, yours.
Attention. Salute. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. All right. I know we've got some swearing in to go tonight, so there'll be some swearing in at the end for those of you who want to stick around for that. Right now, we'd like to open it up and see if there's anyone here this evening that would like to make public comment before the board or the audience. Board, anyone? Okay. Seeing none, we will work on through the agenda. Old business. Approve the regular board meeting minutes of March 15th, 2021, and the special board meeting minutes of March 23rd, 2021. Is there a motion to do that?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. Harry Williams, second Mr. Chris Vinson. Any other questions on those? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. Thank you. Okay, under the mayor, item 1, consideration to approve the continuation of a local emergency for an additional 30 days or until such time that the governor of Mississippi lifts the state of emergency, whichever comes first. Item 2, consideration to accept property for the expansion of Rankin Trails and authorize the filing of the quitclaim deed and easement from Rankin First. So board, on the second one there, that was an add-on and audience. They're about 40 acres south of the railroad tracks and north of the GM plant. Most of it is water, old quarries and things like that, but it's not suitable for any kind of construction or anything else. It's only suitable for recreation, that being running and biking trails. So our goal, working with the Tri-County bike folks, is to create a path that's 11 miles or longer so that we can have bike races in Brandon, and hope to tie that in with downtown, and looking forward to that. So board and audience, that's all that is. All the deeds have been done. Rankin First, we met with their board some 3 weeks ago, I think, and Mr. Baker satisfied on the legal side, and is everything in order?
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Noel Daniels has signed off on it, Mr. Tom Troxler, board, so that's all that is. So, any questions on item number 2?
Where did you say it was?
South of the railroad tracks at Marquette, it corners at Marquette Road on the southeast corner of the railroad tracks, between there and the GM plant.
Okay.
There's an AT&T data line that runs through the middle of it, and there's water on both sides of it. But other than that, it's really, we just want to clean it up where we can get in and out of there. If somebody should have an accident, we can get first aid to them and get them out. So they feel confident they can get up upwards of 11 to 15 miles of trails, both for runners and for biking. All right. Is there a motion to approve those two items? Motion by Ms. Talia Dobbs. Second by Mr. James Morris. Any further question or comment? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. Thank you very much. Ms. Dean.
First item is consideration to approve the Live Nation sell-off agreement for Brian Regan on April the 9th at the Brennan Amphitheater. Authorize the mayor to execute the same and approve all related expenditures. The second item is consideration to approve the docket of claims for April 6th, the electronic fund transfers for March, and the Fox Everett claims released on March 25 and 30.
Thank you, Ms. Angela. I know there were a couple of questions from Mr. Middleton. Did you get those answered today, Mr. Baker?
I did.
Okay, yes, sir. All right, is there a motion to approve those two items? Motion by Ms. Monica Corley.
Second.
Second by Mr. Harry Williams. Any questions, board, comment? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Dodd is out of pocket today, this evening. His son is a senior and had a school activity that was postponed over the past year from COVID, so I'm going to fill in for him here. Consideration for conditional approval of a central business district tax abatement and a reduction of permit fees with regard to 237 West Government Street. Now, audience, that is what we're going to be calling the Pizza Shack downtown. And just want to throw some numbers at you, because sometimes people grab these things and they think you're giving the farm away, and not true at all. So this is part, and board, I've got a follow-up to this. We began this a little over 4 years ago. That we have two tax abatement areas in the city. One is down here off of Woodgate South, and the other one's downtown. That expires at the end of April, and I'm going to put on the agenda next time if you would like to discuss it further in a work session. Be glad to do that at our next meeting in April. But we need to extend that. It expires again at the end of this month, and my recommendation is going to be to extend it. We might want to modify it some, but just so the audience and you have numbers, let's see here. The program offers reductions in permit fees as well as city ad valorem tax abatement. Now, this is kind of a sliding scale depending on how much is being invested in downtown or that building inside that district. So it's a sliding scale both on the permits and on the ad valorem abatement. So the Pizza Shack qualifies for a 4-year abatement because they're making an investment in downtown Brandon of $625,000. That's their investment, and it's requesting conditional approval. An investment of $625,000 would equal around $3,000 of city ad valorem taxes over the next 4 years. So I think that is a wise investment to help business locate into Brandon. The Pizza Shack qualifies for a 60% reduction in permit fees at that dollar amount, but is only requesting a 33% reduction in permit fees and inspection fees. So, board, I wholeheartedly support that. I hope you do as well. And if you'd like to discuss in a work session, we'll make it, Ms. Angela, part of the next, if you would, Mr. Baker, the three of us will go back and forth on this to present something to you in our next board meeting. If you want to talk about it in a work session, be glad to do that. Or if you're comfortable with the way it exists now, we'll move forward with it. Mr. Baker? Does not affect sales tax at all. Zero, nada. Mr. Baker, you got something you want to add?
Well, I just wanted to also reiterate that as part of this process, it's not an acceptance of what they say is so. It's actually got to be verified. You have the appraisal. There will be a post-construction appraisal. Mm-hmm. The tax collector will also be involved in the analysis, and so all of that information will be properly documented for the minutes when you have it. And so it's this is a conditional approval based on if they do what they say they're going to do.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that clarification. Other questions? All right, is there a motion to approve on the agenda number 7? Mr. Chris Vinson made a motion. Second by Mr. Lou Coker. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. Thank you, board. Mr. Smith.
Good evening, Mayor and Board. Mayor, I have 7 items. Permission to take those together.
Okay, go ahead. Slow and easy, please.
Item 1 is consideration to approve Landmark Structures pay request number 17 final in the amount of $173,108.60. with regard to the elevated water tanks project, Burnham Road and Old Lakeland Drive, and authorize payment of the same. Item 2 is consideration to approve APAC Mississippi Incorporated final summary change order reducing the contract amount $305,524.62, and authorize the mayor to execute the same, and approved pay request number 6 in the amount of $197,171.77, and authorize payment of the same with regard to the 2020 asphalt overlay project. Item 3 is consideration to approve Suncoast Infrastructure change order number 1, increasing the contract $44,224 with regard to the 2020 sewer rehabilitation project, Crossgates Phase 1, and authorize the mayor to execute the same. Item 4 is consideration to approve the emergency repairs from Hempfield Construction utilizing commodity pricing, and authorize payment of the same with respect to the following: water repair at 42 Fox Glen Circle in the amount of $5,095, a sinkhole repair at 200 Post Oak Street in the amount of $5,063.50, repair 10-inch water main break at Stonegate in the amount of $5,642.19, and a water repair at Merit Health Rankin near the helicopter pad in the amount of $8,404.10. Item 5 is request permission to hire Sharon Myers as a full-time utility clerk 1 effective April 6, 2021, and set rate of pay pursuant to the memo. Item 6 is to accept the resignation of sewer labor 1 Emmanuel Taylor effective April 9, 2021. And item 7 is consideration to approve the utility adjustments and denials. Yes. I can get you a number of them. Yeah. Yes.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign.
Thank you.
We have 3 items, permission to take all of them together. Item 1 is to request permission to hire splash park attendants and seasonal laborers and set the rate of pay and adjust the rate of pay for Trent Middleton, Shepard Robbins, and Thomas Gray effective April the 6th, 2021 pursuant to the memo. Request permission to purchase 2 Exmark mowers from Frederick Sales and Service, a state contract vendor, in the amount of $21,404.46, and authorize payment of the same, and consideration to rescind board action taken on February 1st under Section 9.2 of the minutes with regard to the disposition of 1 2004 GMC Sierra bearing VIN ending 5969 and 1 2000 Ford F-150 bearing VIN number 0849, and authorize the sale of vehicles at auction.
Thank you. Mr. Baker's got a question.
Dawn, just to be clear,
Yes, sir.
these 2 vehicles, the only change is you don't want to take them out to the surplus, you want to sell them at auction.
That is correct.
Okay, I'm going to tweak the minutes and the draft on that to reflect that.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
When we are currently planning to open it Memorial Weekend, that's
So
same
those of
as
you who couldn't hear, the question was, when you're planning on opening a splash pad, and that would be
it opens Memorial Weekend.
Memorial Day weekend, that
Yes, sir,
Friday?
that Saturday.
That Saturday,
Yes,
okay?
sir.
All right. 3 items from Parks and Rec. There a motion to approve those three items? Who said that? No. Motion by Ms. Monica Corley, second by Mr. Chris Vinson. Any further comment or question? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. Thank you. Appreciate you being here tonight. Chief?
Good evening, Board, Mayor. I have three items. Would you like me to take these together?
Please, sir.
Yes, sir. Item 1, request permission to hire Derek Roberts as a police officer effective April 6, 2021, and Richard Myers as a patrolman effective April 11, 2021, and set rate of pay pursuant to the memo. Would you please stand? Thank you. You can sit down. Item 2, request permission to transfer one 2006 Ford truck bearing VIN number ending 8496 to the Parks and Recreation Department and remove from Brandon Police Department inventory. Third item, consideration to approve police vehicles as unmarked in accordance with MCA Section 25-1-187 pursuant to the memo.
Thank you, Chief. Is there a motion to approve those three items?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Harry Williams. Second by Mr. Dwight Middleton. Any further comment or question? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Start off with our monthly Siren report. We had 4 that did not function properly this past month. Kind of under to be determined. We're going to look into it, why. It's kind of a high number, and we're going to figure out the reason and get it fixed ASAP. Our EMS report, we had 167 priority 1 calls with average response time of 8 minutes and 2 seconds.
Did you say 8-2?
Yes,
8
sir.
minutes, 2 seconds.
Proud to see that number start creeping back down where it needs to go. All right, item number 2, request permission to hire Tyler Muntz as part-time certified firefighter and Keith Hall as part-time certified firefighter paramedic effective April 6, 2021, and set rate of the pay pursuant to the memo. Item number 3, request permission to hire Cameron Bryant, Daniel Mavis, and Matthew Wilkerson as firefighters effective April 19, 2021, at set rate of the pay pursuant to the memo. Item number 4, request permission for Battalion Chief Eric Stranger, Captain Brian Beck to travel to Picayune, Mississippi to attend a Swiftwater Rescue class April 25th and 28th. That class will be funded by Homeland Security. Just travel will be the only thing we have to pay for. Accept the resignation of firefighter Samuel Day effective March 31st, 2021.
And are Cameron, Daniel, and Matthew here?
Yes, sir, they are. Gentlemen, y'all stand up.
All right, great. Okay. Board, need a motion to accept that? Move forward. Who said that? Motion by Ms. Monica Corley, second by Ms. Talia Dobbs. Any further comment or question? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. Thank you. Board, at this time, we have 2 police officers that need to be sworn in and 3 firefighters. I would like to go ahead and vote on going into executive session before we do that. And I know it's going to sound a little redundant to you, but, you know, the red guys don't like being the blue guys, and blue guys don't like being the red guys. So just so that we can say this properly, so that we don't have a bunch of bumble jumble going on, I would like to swear them in separately so that they can say police officer and they can say firefighter. Okay? So I'd like to take them separately as 2 different groups. But I would like to vote on go ahead and moving into executive session once that's complete. Motion by Mr. Harry Williams. Second by Mr. Lou Coker. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. And that is to determine the necessity of being in executive session, and I will come out in the hallway. So first we want to take care of these new employees, and if you would, we're going to take police officers first.
The board voted to go into executive session to discuss personnel matters involving the police department. There was one vote taken in executive session.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, that concludes our business for this evening. Need a motion to adjourn, please. Who said that? Motion by Ms. Monica Corley. Second by Mr. Chris Vinson. All in favor say aye. All opposed, like sign. Thank you.